Hello, my name is Rob, and today I would like to welcome you to a brand new series. Over the next few months, we're going to be releasing this new series to run alongside our top 10 videos. These new videos will be deep diving into the trivia and interesting behind the scenes facts of new and exciting releases. Today, we're taking a look at Disney Animation Studios' new film, Raya and the Last Dragon. The film follows Raya, an excellent young warrior, as she tries to track down the Last Dragon in an attempt to restore peace and unity across her homeland of Kamandra. Here's a few things you might not have known about Raya and the Last Dragon. Raya, our talented young protagonist, is the daughter of the chief of her homeland, Kamandra. Her father does at one point refer to her during the film as Princess of Heart, but like Moana, she is not technically a princess. However, even with this being the case, it's heavily suspected that Raya will become considered to be a Disney princess, just as Moana has. With that being said, this film has been produced and created by the same people that have introduced us to three of the most recent additions to the Disney princess troupe. Those being Elsa and Anna from the ever popular Frozen and its sequel, Frozen 2, as well as the previously mentioned Moana. This is not a fact that Disney have shied away from, clearly stating this in the trailer. It seems obvious that Disney will be looking for a similar outcome in terms of popularity for Raya, however, that's a lot to live up to. It's no secret that the story of Raya and the Last Dragon and the setting of the beautiful land of Kamandra is inspired by many Southeast Asian countries and cultures. Creators drew major influence from the countries of Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Myanmar, Malaysia, Indonesia, the Philippines, and Laos. In order to assist the production team in the design of Kamandra's beautiful environment and culture, producer Osnat Shura oversaw a group known as the Southeast Asia Story Trust. This trust was filled with anthropologists, architects, dancers, linguists, and musicians. As a group, they made two separate trips to Laos, Indonesia, Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia, Malaysia, and Singapore. All pre-COVID, mind you. It is obvious from the time and money spent on the research aspect of this film, Disney Animation Studios were looking to stay true as possible to the Southeast Asian culture in every respect of the film. In an interview with IndieWire, Osnat explained that they looked for underlying elements visually but also thematically, like community and the people's commitment to taking care of one another. She went on to explain that even the martial arts styles seen in this film are very heavily based on very specific Southeast Asian styles. It seems that Disney has been listening to the public with the recent complaints on minority roles being both underrepresented and incorrectly cast with actors of incorrect ethnicity. The cast is heavily featuring actors of Asian origin in order to match the theming and apparent location shown in the film. This amazing cast includes the fantastic Kelly Marie Tran that we last saw in the latest Star Wars sequels voicing our protagonist Raya, as well as Awkwafina, who you might recognise from Ocean's 8 or Crazy Rich Asians, lending her voice to the titular Last Dragon, Sisu. Other cast highlights include Sandra Oh, Benedict Wong, Daniel Day Kim, and Gemma Chan. However, some fans seem to think that Disney may have slightly missed the mark with this casting, complaining that they seem to have given a primarily East Asian cast in a Southeast Asian inspired film. Some taking to Twitter to give Disney a friendly reminder that Asian people are not all the same, explaining that they basically put the whole region in a blender and hired so little Southeast Asian actors for the roles. They also said that it sucks. It feels like Disney didn't care to respect us. Personally, although these casting choices seem on the outside to be a large step in the right direction, there may be some large movements to be made in the discipline of correctly casting actors based on their heritage. Had Disney actually made the effort to correctly cast Southeast Asian actors, that would have been huge for the generally underrepresented culture and background when it comes to Hollywood productions. This film, being created during the coronavirus pandemic, is the first of Disney Animation Studios films to be almost entirely created from home, with the directors, writers, animators and even the voice actors working from their own homes. This had the studio's technology department sending equipment all over the world, including not only whole computers but also recording setups for all the various voice actors. Co-director Carlos Lopez Estrada was quoted as saying, "We were working out of people's closets," explaining that they had to guide and train many voice actors on how to properly record themselves, including of course checking their own mics, hitting record for themselves and sending their audio across to the correct team. Estrada went on to recount how Kelly Marie Tran had built a blanket fort in her living room to act as a recording studio, whilst Disney mailed an actual tent to Awkwafina all the way in Australia. All of these changes were obviously not without their struggles, and it's very apparent having all the actors and animators working from home was a huge undertaking for the studio, and I can imagine a huge learning experience. Whichever way, overcoming all these challenges is an extraordinary accomplishment, and they should all be proud of what they've achieved. Back in 2019, when Disney first announced Raya and the Last Dragon, Cassie Steele, who you might know if you watch Degrassi, and who has also done voice acting work on the ever popular Rick and Morty, was announced as the voice of Raya. However, a year later we were told that Kelly Marie Tran would now be taking on the role. Initially it wasn't clear why the change had been made, but it's been since revealed that Raya's character has undergone somewhat of a large change whilst in development. That led to Cassie Steele being an inappropriate choice for the character, and then led to the casting of Kelly Marie Tran, who the filmmakers obviously felt was a much better fit. These things happen all the time in the world of filmmaking. Hopefully there's no hard feelings left after this change. Raya and the Last Dragon was originally scheduled to be released on November the 25th last year, but due to the coronavirus pandemic it was pushed back until March the 12th this year. Later Disney pulled the release forward 1 week to March 5th, with the film being released on the streaming service Disney+. This will be via a paid purchase method through what Disney calls its Premier Access service. This is the same way that Disney released Mulan, making an estimated $66.8 million profit, which compared to their other remakes is actually a huge flop. It's obvious that Disney will be hoping for a much bigger reception for their new animated feature. The film will be made available to all subscribers of Disney Plus free of charge aside from the subscription cost on June 4th later this year. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video and perhaps you've learnt some things that you didn't know about Raya and the Last Dragon. If you have enjoyed this video, please comment below or like the video to let us know you'd like more of this style of content. And also, please don't forget to subscribe to keep up to date with not only this new series, but also our top 10 series. Thanks for watching, have a great day.